Hello, my name's Colin Beere. I'm going to run you very quickly through my family social studies evening plan for road safety for pedestrians, cyclists and car passengers. This is designed to be for grades 1, 2 and 3. It would be held at a school in Shanghai. The relevance for road safety in social studies is that without the ability to move around safely in your city, how will you be able to learn about your history, geography and your community? We would require quite a few volunteers to put on this evening event, but it is K through 12 school and it has very good parental involvement, and the children from the upper school are very involved in art and could be called on for some of the parts of this project. Now, why should we teach road safety? Well, obviously it is a standard curriculum item in schools around the world. It is of utmost importance, and for children to grow in their independence and explore, it's extremely important that they develop these skills. It is, after the age of 1, the number one risk to children, and apart from being a risk to themselves, a child who steps out into the road and causes a driver to swerve may cause an accident, killing other people. So it really is a matter of responsibility as well as personal safety. As we can see, even into adult life, road traffic accidents go from being the number 1 to the number 2 cause of death, so they really are very, very important. And it's not just about the people who die, it is about the people who are injured and hospitalised in other ways. Now onto the activities very briefly. We would have one centre that is set up with photographs of people being dangerous on the roads. The children and their parent or parents would have to match up the activities and a list of dangerous activities. This could be extended for the later grades, that they would have to write descriptions of the dangerous activities they see in the picture instead of just matching them up. Next activity is finding the best route. This would be drawing out a very large plan on the floor or on a large piece of paper with a grid on it, such as this. The students would start in one corner and have to reach the opposite corner. They would have to choose the best route and record their route in terms of square A1 to square A2, and they would have to describe the key points, the key crossing points in that plan. Cycling Proficiency Challenge. This is a basic test of cycle safety skills in Shanghai. It is not uncommon at all for children in grades 3 or 4 to cycle themselves to school, which for a city of 24 million people with very dangerous roads is an interesting situation. So we would have an activity where the children would be required to cycle. They wouldn't have to bring their own bikes, we could have bikes there. They would complete this activity by being able to cycle slow figure of eights, zigzags through a cone, and an emergency stop. Cycling skills really need to be covered as a separate issue. Road position and how to actually move on the road is very, very complicated. Next activity would be bike setup and safety inspection. There would be photographs of bikes and there would be several bikes set up. The bikes set up would have various unsafe things about them. The children and their parents would have to look over the bikes and fill in this checklist to try and find 4 out of the 6 or 7 faults on both of 2 bicycles. If they manage to find 4 or 5 faults from each of the 2 bicycles, they will have completed the challenge. The Find a Safe Space Challenge. The sports field at the school is ringed by an access road. We would be able to park actual cars and the small school minibuses and other items around that, and we would have a group of the higher school children cycling backwards and forwards as being the traffic. The desk for that challenge that they would have to cross to complete the challenge would be on the other side of the access road. They would have to find the right place to cross to it to complete the challenge. We would make this harder by making sure that the desk for the challenge was lined up opposite the most parked cars and the most parked minibuses. Finding the right place to challenge, the right place to cross the road is a very important part of road safety. Finally, we would have a demonstration and information section on car seats. Many of the parents in Shanghai use taxis, which have only just introduced laws to even require car seats. Many of the taxis don't have visible car seats. So the parents and the children would have to look over various photographs and bits of information. There would then be a challenge to try and fit a car seat into a car. The children and the parents would do this challenge together to complete that section. We could have outside partners come in and demonstrate some more taxi suitable products that they could use when they are combining public transport and taxis in Shanghai. Now, for assessing the evening, we could review the team sheets so that we keep the answer sheets that people have put in. There would be a prize. People would have an incentive to try and complete all of the sections. We could request suggestions from the parents. In the following weeks, we could engage in follow-up activities in the classroom, and 2 weeks later we could have a pop-up worksheet, kind of a gentle quiz, just to see how the retention has been from the items that the children should have learned. Thank you for your time. Good night.